Hello everyone and welcome to another Halo Season review. Today I'm reviewing Disc Duelers. It's published by Level 99 Games and once again created by D. Brad Talton Jr. It is a character-driven dexterity battle game. What does that mean? Well, if you open up the box here, what you're going to find is a bunch of little white discs and a sticker sheet. That was one of the things here. The initial setup of this game can take quite some time because we have 52 of these discs and 52 stickers. They need to, well, 53 discs actually. Misspoke, there's an extra one. But you stick the little character stickers on here that correspond with the cards in the game. That did take a while. Other than that, you have discs, we have some cubes, item crates for represent the getting items. There's some little red discs for ranged attacks, black disc for some of the other variants that you can play, volleyball, all sorts of stuff. The game is pretty freestyle. There's some basic rules and stuff for a basic game, but the game is really created such that it's really up to you and kind of create your own rules as well. But their rule book here is pretty basic then. It just gives really different ideas of how to play the game. The game itself, like I said, has the these little white discs and everything. There's a bunch of cards, character cards for the players, 52 of those. Then there are more than that. Can't remember the exact number, but we got lots and lots of different item cards. And depending on the sort of version of game that you want to play, you may not even include the items, but there's plenty of variation to go around. There are multiples of some, but great options there. Just a quick look at kind of the idea of a two-player game here is you can shuffle up and go deal out 8 of these character cards. You would pick one character and just a kind of a card drafting system there. Pick a character, pass it on, and you can continue that way until you both have 5 characters. The character cards here are basic things here. You have an attack, number of attacks that you can do, a number of movements that you can do, and some special ability as well. So the character cards here, it looks, you can see his face right there matches exactly with the picture on the card. Daddy! There are some other things here we'll go ahead and take a look at in a minute. Okay, so once you have your teams established using the card drafting, you go ahead and find the discs here, and that is one thing. There's this bag that holds all of the discs, but it can take a little bit of time to try to find the matching characters, but not too big of a deal, but it's a little time consuming just trying to go through and find those. But one way that you could do this, instead of holding them in the bag here, you can actually just lay them all character face up, but you do have to stack them so you wouldn't be able to see all of them, so it's a little bit challenging to find those at times. But going back to the cards here, this is the number of attacks that this character can perform on a turn and the number of movement. And so, and then they have different abilities. This person here, Kali Star, can only attack, perform ranged attacks unless they have some sort of item otherwise. But she can do that 3 times, and the ranged attacks are pretty cool. You use these little discs to shoot those. You can get them into tighter spots and position an attack without putting yourself in too much danger. You can kind of stay out of the fray with those ranged attacks. This person here, at the start of your turn, move the disc to within 1 inch of an allied disc, so it can move around. This one here can restart anywhere after falling off the table. Usually you have to start, right there, but he can start anywhere. The other ones here, this person can have a bunch of items. This person uses a big disc, so about the size that you can use that black disc instead of a little red disc for ranged attack. This one's pretty cool. Ranged attack can flick the ranged attack up to 3 times as long as it does not hit anything. So usually a ranged attack is kind of a straightforward shot, but if you have something in the way, you can actually go around corners with this and go 1, 2, set yourself up, 3, and do something like that. So, but that's the basic game. Once you have the characters, you can place those all off your character cards to the side here. Set up people, you're gonna one at a time place a disc near the edge of the table. You can have 2 movements to place that somewhere, and you just take turns doing that. And it's really, you can grab whatever you want, water bottle, a book, box, or whatever you want, to set up a table of, terrain to make it interesting. And some of the cards interact with terrain and everything. For example, this ability here, ranged attack, you may lift up 1 piece of terrain when making a ranged attack in order to attack under it. Pretty awesome. So really cool, different abilities. Again, there's 52 characters, so they did a really great job providing just lots of different abilities, lots of different items, and so you have a lot of different things they can interact with, and it makes the game interesting. Other than that, movement was just very simple. 2 moves. When you're moving, you declare, making a movement action. And when you're moving, you can hit any of the terrain, and that's no problem. But if you declare a move and you hit a character, you actually have to take a damage. And vice versa. Once you declare an attack and you're attacking, if you hit a character, you're going to deal damage to 1 damage to that person, individual. But if you are doing an attack and you accidentally hit the terrain instead, then you're going to take a damage for that. That's basically the game. There's some other things, but it's really kind of nice. It's really left open. There isn't a whole lot of hard, fast rules or anything that you would have to adhere to or keep to. But it's really, really fun. The components are very good quality, and so that is Disc Duelers. It's just a fun little dexterity game, flipping these discs around, trying to hit the other players, manipulating the terrain, utilizing items. I'll show you some item cards, or show you some of the character abilities. This one here is the weight. It's used again and again. It's not discarded. What happens is the player who has this item has 1 less attack and 1 less move, and that's down to a minimum. I mean, they can't go below 1 attack and 0 move, but if you had this on this person, I mean, they wouldn't be able to move at all, other than they do have their ability still that they can move to that, so that would be kind of nice, but they would be down to 1-0 if they had the weight. And if you attack someone and you hit them, you can hand off this weight to them instead of them taking damage. This is a teleporter. It's a one-use thing. You just pick up the character disc, place it down anywhere on the table. And you gain these items if you're starting the game. You take turns dropping these little wooden cubes about 1 foot off the table, wherever that ends up, and then as a character comes along, hits that, they would be able to, you can reset this if you want, or you can play it all different sorts of ways. But once they get that crate, they would be able to come over here and draw an item like a taco. Okay, one-time use. Remove 3 damage from this character. Okay, each of these characters starts off with 5 damage, and you can use different things, especially if you're playing with like a 2-player game or something. It's really easy. You got 52 of these discs, or 53 of those discs, that you can use and just kind of stack either on or near the different characters, and as they have damage, you can, you know, either add these until day 5 or remove them, however you want to do that. So yeah, those are useful there. Again, they give you different variants in the rule book and everything like that. Other items, you got quite a few different tacos in there. Swift potion, one-time use, you get 3 additional movements this turn. So just some really cool different things in there. The artwork is really fun, style I think on these, and just the huge variability with all the different characters and everything is fantastic. So Disc Duelers, little dexterity game by Level 99 Games, great quality stuff. Go ahead and check it out.